Good morning. Thanks for being with us on this Monday. I'm Amy Lange.
And I'm Brandon Hudson.
We begin with some breaking news. The I-96 exit ramp to Kensington Road is shut down right now because of a police situation. This is happening in the westbound lanes of the interstate. So far, there's no word of any injuries, but emergency vehicles and police are on the scene. Stay with Fox 2 for updates as they become available.
And to another big story that a lot of people have been talking about since this weekend, we expect to learn more about what led to that terrifying scene in the skies during the Thunder over Michigan air show.
A military plane falling from the sky, the pilots ejecting mid-air. Fox 2's Robin Murdoch is live with the very latest. Good morning, Robin. Just an unbelievable story.
Yeah, amazing that nobody was injured in this situation, Amy and Brandon. I can tell you that we are expected to get an update from the NTSB in about an hour from now. So at about noon today, they are expected to update us on their investigation. I want to step out of the way, though, so we can show you exactly what they are going to be looking at, so you can get a good look at the wreckage out here at this apartment complex following that crash. As you know, those two pilots, they did eject themselves. They were taken to the hospital as a precaution. They are okay. No residents were injured, which really is pretty incredible when you look at this aftermath and the video from the air show. Hundreds had their eyes on the skies and their fingers on the record button watching the Thunder over Michigan air show when a Russian MiG-23 began to have trouble, forcing the pilots to pull their parachutes. Moments later, billowing black smoke and a raging ball of fire coming from the ground.
There was one sound where there was a boom, and then the next sound was a boom too, but then after the second one, the pilot came out, and then soon after the plane just went down and it was a crash.
The pilot and backseater, as they are often referred to, ejected themselves from the aircraft around 4:15 on Sunday, shortly after taking off from the Willow Run Airport near Ypsilanti. We're told a Marine officer actually noticed the jet having issues in the air and called it in before the plane went down.
I heard just like a loud pop, a loud boom. I'm thinking like it's a firework, but like at the same time it's broad day, so you're not really thinking like logically that it's a firework. Then you look down and then you see all that smoke, and it's crazy.
Both pilots were pulled from Belleville Lake without any injuries. The plane eventually crashed in a field near the Waverly on the Lake apartments in Van Buren Township, then skidded several hundred yards before finally stopping just 4 feet from Building 18, somehow missing all children and adults. A couple of cars were damaged, though, by the careening aircraft.
You definitely don't expect something like that to happen near you. Definitely not something you expect to witness at all. It's a very scary feeling, honestly, to see that.
Almost 24 hours later, pieces of the retired Russian fighter jet remain scattered on the apartment grounds, while federal investigators remain focused on figuring out what caused the crash. The cleanup will take time, and so will the probe into the plane's problems. What is clear, though, it is a miracle no one was hurt or killed. Now, the residents who live closest to the wreckage right behind me here, they are expected to be let back into their apartments by tomorrow. Crews wanted to make sure that there was no damage to the building before allowing them inside. And again, both the FAA and STSB, they are investigating this together. The NTSB, they are expected to hold a press conference right around noon today to give us an update on their investigation. Of course, stay with us right here for the latest on that on air as well as online. For now, we are live in Van Buren Township. I'm Robin Murdoch for Fox 2 News.
Yeah, Robin, I mean, it is just, as you said, incredible that no one was injured in all of this. Thank goodness for all of that. But, you know, we love these air shows, right? They just attract so many people. They're, you know, so cool. There's all this precision. These pilots are so talented. But, you know, that just goes to show that, you know, anything can really happen out there. And even though it is a wonderful spectator event, it can be kind of dangerous.
Yeah, you know, I've covered the Thunder over Michigan Air Show for years and years as a weekend reporter here at Fox 2 News, and it is really a wonderful event. And you are right, this goes to show that there can be dangers with everything, and we are really lucky that nobody was injured with this. I mean, this is a huge apartment complex. Anybody could have been hurt here. There's an interstate right on the other side of me. Cars could have been hit. Obviously, it was over the lake. Boaters could have been struck. So it is really amazing that we avoided any sort of injury with this situation. Of course, it's going to continue to unfold the investigation, and you can stay with us right here for the very latest on that. Back to you, Amy.
Certainly very lucky. All right. Thanks so much, Robin Murdoch. As always, we appreciate you. Brandon.
An attempted traffic stop of a teenage driver leads to a horrible crash, which kills one person and critically injures two others, including a toddler. I want you to look at the aftermath in Sterling Heights on Van Dyke near 16 Miles Saturday night. The collision destroyed two SUVs. Police say they tried to pull it over a 16-year-old driver, but that person sped off and crashed into another SUV. The impact killed a 31-year-old woman. A 34-year-old man and a 2-year-old child did suffer some life-threatening injuries. Officers took the teenage driver into custody. Charges are pending. And now to a wild scene that is caught on police dash cam. Watch as one of several kids jumps out of a stolen Chevy Cruze. Being chased by police and then sprints away, investigators say that a group of 12 to 17-year-olds led them on a dangerous high-speed pursuit early Friday morning. It started in Dearborn Heights and it ended in Detroit near Cathedral and the Southfield Freeway Service Drive. All 6 of the suspects were eventually tracked down and arrested. And I want you to listen to this. Police say that just because they are minors, that does not mean they're going to get off easy.
Fortunately, this is a trend in this area. Juveniles conducting, stolen vehicles, break-ins, just general mayhem, and enough's enough. We've had it.
Dearborn Heights police fed up. Somebody's got to be held accountable here. Police say that the investigation is ongoing and no charges have been filed yet.
Well, Brandon, what was supposed to be a fun day on the water turning tragic in Commerce Township. Emergency crews racing to Lower Straits Lake Saturday evening. We're told a 57-year-old man was swimming about 75 yards from shore when he was hit by a pontoon boat. The Novi resident later dying at the hospital from his injuries. Right now, alcohol does not appear to be a factor, but the investigation is ongoing. And 2 of the 3 suspects accused in a global sextortion ring that allegedly led to the suicide of a Marquette teenager are now in Michigan to stand trial. Police say 17-year-old Jordan DeMay was tricked into sending a nude photo of himself to someone he thought was a young woman, but it was actually 3 men from Nigeria. They threatened to release the image unless Jordan paid them. He did, to the tune of $300, but the men just wouldn't let up.
Samuel Ogashi continued his threats, demanding more from Jordan. A few hours later, Jordan told Samuel Ogashi that he was now taking his life. And Samuel Ogashi, responding through the Instagram persona of Danny Roberts, told him, "Do that fast, or I'll make you do it."
Just tragic. The 2 suspects now in the U.S. are expected in federal court today. The 3rd is expected to be extradited in the near future.
We have a reminder for Detroiters who have not kept up on their water bills. After a 3-year moratorium, the city will resume water shutoffs this week. Service interruptions will only apply for those who owe more than $5,000. Now, those not enrolled in a payment plan and customers who live in middle to high income areas. By those standards, an estimated 700 households are at risk. To enroll in a payment plan, reach out to the Detroit Water and Sewage Department right away. The number is 313-267-8000. We have that number on your screen, and I'll tell you one more time, it is 313-267-8000. All right, so we had somewhat of a good weekend to get out, but we are starting this work week with a chance of rain, which is back in the forecast.
And we could be talking about a lot of rain. Weather Authority Derek Kavra here now with a look at the forecast. Good morning, Derek.
Good morning, Amy. Good morning, Brandon. Live outside right now. It doesn't look too bad, although the clouds are getting a little bit thicker as we look at the Clinton River here in areas around Mount Clemens. It's a good start to the day, but as we move into the dinner time windows, and we're going to start to see that rain arrive. Notice those rain showers down to the south. Those will miss us, but this rain back out to the west, this will not miss us. We will see it, and we're going to see it, and I think the form of some heavy rain, maybe a couple of rumbles of thunder. Severe weather is not likely with this, but there's a possibility that we could see some areas with a little bit of street flooding, so perhaps even creeks and streams and rivers, stuff like that as well. Look at how heavy that rain is out there. Timeline for that is 4:30 p.m. That's when it begins to fill in. So between 4 and 5 o'clock is when that rain will start. It will likely be heavy through dinner, through after dinner, even into the nighttime hours. This is midnight right here, and there's still some of that heavy rain. In fact, the rain itself will linger through the night into and through Tuesday as well. Next 48 hours look like they're going to be wet. We could pick up 1 to 2 inches of rain around here. Another chance to see some showers and storms as we head into Thursday, and then after that, so if we get past Thursday, we're going to enter a longer dry stretch of weather. So we'll transition from this active weather pattern to something a little more calm. We'll show that to you coming up in just a few minutes. Brandon, back over to you.